him duel?
So, I did see him duel against Backstein, actually, on Thursday. And he was alright. I think Backstein did, to some extent, choke, and I don't want to take away any credit from Busdriver. It was a good performance.
Yeah.
It was fine. I consider him a heavy aim player, and maybe... It sounds weird, because we got the phrase, all aim, no brain. He's not quite like that, but I feel that it's less about the dual thought and more about just really using his aim as his main asset.
And Brejk, I know him from Quake Live, again, as a good mid-level player that never really broke into the top-level scene. So it'd be interesting to see, because there are a number of players that were rising that have now taken the next step in Quake Champions, Neutrino being one of them, obviously. He was never at a top level until the very end in Quake Live, but Quake Champions obviously suits his style a lot more, so it's very possible that Brejk is in the same category.
I've played against Brejk, and he's definitely very good, very capable player. And actually, I don't know who could win between these two. Brejk playing from the Czech Republic, he had his notable wins against Rel, who was in the round of 16 versus Agent in the first qualifier. So that's a pretty decent performance from Brejk already in this tournament. But we're starting off on Corrupted Keep. We are getting an Anarchy versus Anarchy mirror matchup.
Ouch.
And it is starting off pretty damn quickly. Who the hell would use a bounce pad against them? I guess there's no LG, but
yeah,
still.
That was very interesting. I don't know why, again, as you said, I don't know why he went up. And also Brejk really should have changed to the shotgun, but he's got the frag.
Yeah, he got the job
Can't be
done.
really complaining.
And here comes the shotgun being used from Busdriver a bit, so Brejk is just going to break away. And settle down a bit.
I mean, in the preliminary kind of analysis, we see Busdriver playing in a similar vein to Syndrome. Just hyper aggressive, trying to use his aim to the most effective advantage as he can. I
already like to see from Brejk that he is switching the mid-range, long-range to the machine gun when the LG's not working. That's something that actually not everyone would have done on a previous Quake iteration. They would almost just give up on it, but the machine gun's effective from long range. Although it's not 100% accurate, you can get some really good damage going from it.
Doesn't seem that Brejk's as effective with the Anarchy movement yet, but we'll see how that progresses as well.
Yeah, definitely, depending on his decision-making as well. He's going to get a full rocket onto Busdriver, and he's going to manage to escape it again, remaining that healthy level of paranoia and just checking to see if he's being followed, but he's absolutely fine. And that looks like he's going to let Busdriver take the Mega, and he'll have the armor for himself. Now, if he can close the gap and get something going, oh, that's a nice initial rocket, but wow, that rocket actually landed really direct.
Nice. Brejk just dueling better at the minute. Not letting Busdriver use his aim and just keep picking up a couple of lean frags. That's the most important thing.
And it is the Ranger to go against now, so not one of the small squishy champions that he's been going up against previously. But obviously watch out for that Dirop. That can do such a considerable amount of damage to a champion like Anarchy.
Yeah, if you do hit that 100 damage, is painful.
6 health left. Injection is going to be used at the right time. Watching out for the machine gun, but this could be a clean round for Brejk. Looking good off the start of that.
Yeah, solid. I mean, most of that was Busdriver's mistakes, but Brejk just played nice and simple and just did what needed to be done.
3, 2.
Let's see if we get that Anarchy versus Anarchy matchup again. Yeah, absolutely, that is what we're going to be getting. Usually Rockets is where fights end up starting out a lot. Again, Brejk, a decent beginning, trying to hit just the edge or the lip of that bounce pad area to do some extra damage, but wasn't quite able to be on point the way he wanted. He's got to be careful, he needs help.
He also needs ammo.
Is he going to be? Yeah, I think he's monitored that. He's just using the machine gun. That was a little bit sketchy. Any additional aggression from Busdriver, and that could have been a very different outcome to the fight. Need to get back, settle on some of these big items. And he hasn't gone for the LG still.
No, that could really cost him here.
LG would be a pretty useful weapon at this stage, but doesn't make it happen. Does hit the direct rocket, but with all the items scattered around the floor, it doesn't take long for Busdriver to get back up to the top. He got the 100 damage actually just then, and there is going to be an air rocket from Brejk in order to secure his first frag of the round.
Some pretty crazy frags going on as we're both neither real player is afraid to commit. And that's why we're seeing such aggression when Busdriver's going in and Brejk's not backing off.
Yeah, so Busdriver has got great aim and great combat skills, and Brejk is, although he's respecting that, he seems to think that he's at no disadvantage in that. And to be honest, when I've played against Brejk, he definitely is quite, he's quite powerful.
Yeah, it's also that in most situations so far, he's generally had a bigger stack because Busdriver isn't really playing the items that well at the moment. He could just use to slow it down. We see he's just more than happy to charge him whenever he can.
Well, a decent little bit of chip damage. Any stack that Busdriver had beyond starting is pretty much gone now. And that is Ghost Walk. Used already.
That was nice.
I like that, the repositioning. And not something that Busdriver would have been able to anticipate at that point.
No, Busdriver would have thought he got a free frag.
This might be another one. Very nice break.
Yeah, and again, Busdriver, he's pushing in with champions that have, well, Nyx, for instance, is squishy and taking a man fight against a ranger that's got a much more substantial stack and just not hitting that much more to make it worthwhile.
Oh, wow, the reverse one. It says, you can die up? No, I can do it better than you can. And he secures his second frag. So round 2, showing to be very interesting. But I think you're... Oh, no! He managed to get it. Unbelievable break.
That took some skill.
That actually does, because you've got to time the amount of seconds you've got in Ghost Walk, know when the item's going to come out, and also read that your opponent is going to go on the item at that moment as well. There are just several things that have to come into play to make that work, and that was masterful. I bow down in your general direction, but we have got Anarchy versus Anarchy straight away, and I thought I almost got the frag. I can't catch my breath before these players are in a fight. And another fight. And another. What the?
This is just mental.
Guys, I can't cast this. Come on.
Gung-ho Quake champions going on.
But I'm absolutely loving it, to be fair. I'm watching it. It is absolute chaos. And they're trying... There's the smallest details they're trying to outplay each other on. And there's like this microscopic mind games that we're getting in just the way that you're reading someone's going to strafe, or the angle or trajectory you're reading someone using their dire orb or something along those lines. And every small detail goes in favor or out of favor of one of the players.
Yeah, and the way Busdriver sees DueL is, where can I take a fight? Am I healthy? Yes, let's take a fight. And he just looks for it. And Brejk's saying, that's fine, come at me, bro.
Can both my hands still touch the mouse and keyboard? Yes, let's fight.
See, look, he's more than happy just to stick around and take a fight.
That wasn't even a fight, though. That was just taking damage. He's happy to take damage. Whoa. Okay, there has been also... he's been allowed to get away with that, Brejk has.
Yeah, the one time he should be taking a fight.
That LG. Now that's what we know Busdriver to be able to do.
Yeah, that was perfect. Just in time to do enough damage. He's waiting for his dire orb so he can escape. Yeah, it's too late.
Nothing really Busdriver could do. Even if his dire orb was up, he would have had to wait for the dire orb to reach to the other side. So, yeah, Busdriver put himself in good shape. Or I thought it was going to happen again. Versus a Nyx, that would have been mad. I think it could be just because this is the first map or something along those lines, and you're seeing people test each other out, trial each other out a lot more aggressively, because
I love it how
it's not crunch time yet.
Yeah, I love it how he's walking around with the lightning gun baiting a fight, because you can clearly hear where they are.
Well, I think the sound of the lightning gun isn't quite as prominent as it was previously.
You're very true.
But you're still right there. It gives away your position, so it's kind of counterintuitive, really. And Busdriver is going to be allowed onto that Mega. Brejk still playing with very few resources. Everything has been going in the way of Busdriver in the last 30 or so seconds. And hopefully for Brejk's sake, he's got the Ghost Walk available. But one good rocket and things could go pretty miserably for him. Oh, the timing of that.
That was nice by Busdriverx actually. Realised he was in trouble because he had no idea where Brejk was.
The rocket, oh, it almost takes him down. And that is going to be Busdriverx securing at least one round in this map.
He looks a lot more comfortable in the second half of that round. But still begging to fight with Brejk.
It's just some kind of, I don't know, obsessive compulsive. I mean,
it's just his playstyle.
Yeah. I like it, but I think we're going to see a transformation of that as we go through the series, if he has any level of sanity. And I'm fine for him not to have sanity, but I think that seems to be the sacrifice way as well, is just full speed, high tempo.
Yes, definitely. And it suits Anarchy as the champion to do that with. If he could play clutch effectively, obviously that's another great one just to run at people with.
So, showing he does want to go in a little bit, but he is giving up a whole bunch of items just then. He kind of just... He could have had the armor if he wanted it, but he decided to take in a more aggressive position. LG, Busdriverx, maybe feeling a bit overconfident there.
Yeah, I think learning slightly from mistakes as well.
Ooh, just a slither of damage. Brejk does use the injection there, and Busdriverx just got his injection back. I think Brejk's going to try and race for that the armor again.
And he gets it. Busdriverx not really caring about armors, apparently.
It seems totally unfazed going up against another Anarchy. Maybe that would change if depending on the matchup.
Doing considerable damage, and this is why Brejk...
Oh, Busdriverx. Pretty weakened from that instance. Going to use the injection himself. Brejk still has a bit of a stack and a little sidestep there before that rocket connected with the bridge of his nose. Trying to get these prediction rockets on him, but just not able to land it. We've had almost 2 minutes of Anarchy versus Anarchy, and Brejk has probably controlled the last 3-4 rotations of the items.
It is difficult to hit effectively on an Anarchy.
Brejk might want the kill now.
But Busdriverx needs to be connecting with more of those rockets when Brejk is making such obvious plays for the armors.
Wow, they've actually gone in on this. There's been a commitment from Busdriverx. He's on 7 health. The Mega comes up at the perfect moment for him. And a host versus a Nyx. Armors up. Nyx will get that. And Busdriverx, he's going to need rockets for himself, which he's just gone up against. No rockets to play against the Nyx, and this is going to be a frag for Brejk.
Super close. But once again, just taking a fight. He's quite unlucky, to be fair, but he doesn't need to be so aggressive right there. But that's his playstyle.
Full mirror Nyx now.
I like it. He just needs to temper it, I think.
Tame himself.
Yes.
Okay. Aggressive move here. He's going to find out. Good rocket. Ghost Walk is going to be used, though, from Busdriverx. I think he might have just seen him for a split second.
Busdriverx still taking fight.
Unbelievable. He's got the better weapon out at the moment. Brejk didn't switch to his LG or to the machine gun.
Oh my.
That rocket was a little cleaner.
He's so brave.
And all of a sudden the item game is also transformed because now Busdriverx, it's on him.
It's those type of moves that sometimes players should be making, because it can get you back into the game by making these brave moves that take your opponent off guard, but you don't have to take them all the time.
Constantly.
Yeah.
And Brejk, he just wants 15 seconds. He's just hoping if some time can be spared to him. Oh, and those hourglasses will change everything. Does need a 25.
Yeah, doesn't want to grab it just yet, apparently.
Well, he could take a full rocket, and then he would have his health left. But I wouldn't be able to take a full shotgun blast, though the likelihood of that happening against the Nyx is minimal. Can he do anything with this, though? Not really. He hasn't hit anything. That's not manifested itself into anything whatsoever. Mega was still 2 seconds away, and he wasn't able to aggress on that.
Busdriverx might... Okay, I thought he might have gone aggressive with the Ghost Walk.
And that armor actually gives a massive opportunity for survival in favor of Brejk. He still needs time in order to use the Ghost Walk, but okay, he's going to find him in the air. Ghost Walk has been used by Busdriver and will use that bounce pad. Again, just rockets going everywhere as he's terrified that he's being watched. And a 3, 2, and 1, and that is going to be the Ghost Walk once again. Very important for him. We are going to be moving it within 10 seconds into an overtime. I don't think he spotted him on the side.
No, I don't think he did either, but he has a rough idea of where Busdriver's going to be.
Not an awful rocket at all. LG, good to see him use that, but it's so long until that Mega's up. He's not being chased. But once again, you just always expect it.
Yeah. Not hitting quite as well as he would have wanted to, but Busdriver had the ability up anyway, so not the end of the world.
I think in 5 seconds, Brejk's going to make an attack because that Ghost Walk... Was that Ghost Walk used by...
Yes.
Yeah, so he's going to go for it.
Yeah, perfect, perfect.
He's hoping for the best. It goes to the LG instead, but this should still work for him. The Ghost Walk just came up for Busdriver. Oh, that LG, all of a sudden, that was almost his life gone. And Busdriver needs this round if he wants to have a chance of winning this map.
I think he thought Busdriver was lower than he was.
Busdriver was on about 3 health just then.
No, I mean when he started the attack, because if he went with the rocket launcher, I think he might have killed him.
I think he was scared that the rocket was going to miss. He's hit 2 rockets that haven't done huge amounts of damage, but we've got return fire from Busdriver.
Whoa!
Oh my god, the follow-up rocket right at the end. Brejk is going to be securing map 1 here in the round of 16.
Yeah, we did see Busdriver temper his aggression. The last 2 rounds there, he began to fade off and play a little bit more positional and took smarter fights.
Yeah.
So if we can continue that through into the next game, then I definitely think he's got a chance because he's got the basic skill to do it.
We saw the game slow a little bit as we went to the...
A little bit.
I just announced.
That's a lot for a Busdriver.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the Busdriver, he was just taking us to town over there. There was just frags going on constantly, and if there weren't frags, there was just some kind of fight or some kind of conflict between Brejk and Busdriver, and Brejk did well to manage that aggression.
And yes, that was the point I was about to raise, that it might seem a little bit silly at times, but as a player, it really can take you off guard when someone is being so aggressive. So Brejk did extremely well just to settle himself and to say, okay, this is what he's going to do. I just need to be very aware of that. And he was always prepared.
Yeah, oh, completely. I actually think that Brejk's going to take the second map as well.
I think
he looks good.
Yes, I think so.
I think his dueling mind is a little bit more used to thinking in this kind of way, and he's just adapting a bit better than Busdriver.
Yeah.
Obviously, Busdriver gets to pick this map, so who knows how it could go like.
And he has a very strong rail.
Well, Brejk or
Busdriver?
Busdriver. Well, his aim in general, the amount of times of that LG we saw on Corrupted Keep, and it was just doing phenomenal damage. We will see though. We're getting, again, mirror matchup, exactly the same champions, and that's the champion composition that I like as well, actually. Anarchy, Nyx, Rangers, bread and butter, I think, of quite a few players.
Yeah, and it's becoming a little bit more mainstream, and like a couple of weeks ago, Anarchy would be more of a niche pick. A niche pick, but now we've seen it obviously loads today, and people are becoming far more effective at playing with it. It's still very difficult to play against, so yeah.
What do you think would be the proper, if that's mainstream, what's the proper hipster pick? Slash, Galena, and...
Galena today. We've seen a Slash and no Galena.
And a I don't know, a Scale Bearer or something?
Scale Bearer has gone from mainstream to barely ever seen.
Yeah, it's like almost overnight though. Because I really like Scale Bearer, and for a while I was trying to figure out, okay, how can I implement this into my game?
Very strong, but you have to be, as I mentioned, you have to be spot on with your positional play.
Yeah. Actually all the Scale Bearers we've seen today haven't been that
The best Scale Bearers are the ones with the best hit scan and the best positional awareness. So Toxic and Sturmy Beyond.
Yeah, no, that's a fair point. Right, we're moving into map number 2 now. It is Blood Covenant. We're on a Brejk to begin with more Anarchy versus Anarchy action. Mega side to Brejk.
I give
Big
it 15
armor.
Seconds before the first kill.
15? That much?
Yeah.
Well, they saw each other, and no one's died yet, so... Come on, guys, we're waiting for this. They picked up the items, and Busdriver, you're okay? You're
they
not...
have weapons. Why aren't they fighting?
I think you were...
Interesting.
That was about 16 seconds, I think.
my
Whoa.
word.
Going up the bounce pad and then dropping down as well. This is just very bizarre ways that you would approach a fight.
That whole kill was bizarre because Brejk hit him with obviously a very strong rocket, but had no idea where he'd gone.
Whoa.
Yeah, this is the rail. It's very strong.
In some sense, Brejk was unfortunate that he didn't hit that that rail 1 second later, because then Busdriver would have had only 80 health.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, the shotgun, very powerful, 35 health left. Is he going to make a switch away? 17 remaining for Busdriver.
He really, you're completely right. Should have switched out to the machine gun, but never mind.
Oh, he is actually going to go in for that, and he's already used it.
That was the right play.
With Brejk?
Yeah, you can't account for a full rocket.
He's going to go for the pummel, I think.
Nice.
He's going to get it. I was going to say, going for just the implosion, bit too ambitious. But you know what? The pummel is, I don't know if I say underrated, because a lot of people know that it does great damage. But it's something very viable. It used to be something that you used to BM people specifically, and in some sense it is.
The range is actually surprising as well.
I mean, I think absolutely, if you can incorporate it into your play, definitely find a way to have a good bind for the gauntlet and catch people surprised around corners. Even like gauntlet to rail combos or gauntlet to rocket, gauntlet to LG.
To rail combos?
Yeah.
What planet are you living on?
Well, if you're going up against the Nyx, they're dead. If you're going up against an Anarchy, they're dead. And that is a perfect amount of damage. You're looking at, what's the net that would be? That would 155 damage right there.
How on earth are you meant to hit a gauntlet and then follow it up with a rail?
Oh, I'm going to need to take you to school here.
Anyway, please, Matt. Back to the match.
We'll see it now between these two. It's going to be amazing.
Okay.
If they does actually happen, I'll lose my head. Brejk spotted his forehead. That is living a bit on the edge, having only his Nyx remaining.
Yeah, he was just waiting out for that Ghost Walk again. Nice use of it.
But there's going to be, again, the Ghost Walk of Busdriver in order to account for. Trying to just about slide along the edge and stay alive. Did they just trade places?
They did indeed.
Ooh, one rail. Brejk still got a decent enough stack. Can he keep him away with this? The shotgun. What a perfect weapon choice from Brejk.
Yeah, that was exceptional. I was sure he was going to lead with the rocket and miss it.
That's the gamble there, but I mean, again, shotgun sometimes feels like a gamble as well. You're traveling at high speeds just then. You're going up versus a small Nyx target. Oh, this could be nice as well from Brejk. Oh, an amazing rocket. Looking for the air rocket finisher, won't get it, but it's surely going to be a frag.
That was really, really nice.
That was perfect. And it's so difficult to predict as well that they're going to make cross middle.
It's one of those features of the game that breaks the traditional concept because you just don't expect it, but you have to think what is possible. And it's so hard to continually think about all the options that are available to players now.
And you've got to think about, as you said before, think about it on a champion by champion basis, otherwise.
Exactly. And even if you kind of guess what's happening, it's already too late.
And people are inventing moves all the time that I just make you have to watch out for. You've got to watch out for stuff you don't even know is possible.
Yes. So you predict the unpredictable.
Easy, guys.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Want to be a pro Quaker?
Well, to be fair, I think even well, pretty much everyone is struggling with it at the moment. When someone invents something new, it's almost, do you save it for a big occasion, or do you just pop it off in practice games or something like that?
Yeah.
Do you think that it's going to come to it soon? Maybe a discussion for between games, but we're going to have a direct rocket there from Brejk. Injection used by Busdriver, but I don't think Brejk really wants to show his face anymore. As we get closer to the regionals and so on, we're surely going to see people holding secrets. Whoa, what a rail there from Busdriver at the end. Barely an angle remaining.
It depends. Like, by and large, those type of moves will not win you a game. They might win you a round, but the better player generally will win. But what we have seen is, for example, recent times I've seen Cypher participating, he's always using different champions, and I think a big part of that is just practicing it in different occasions and seeing what works and what doesn't. So it's just a matter of getting used to different combinations and practicing other things, yeah, for sure. But I think the majority of players, the priority is qualifying. So
yeah.
and no one really has the luxury of chilling out to testing. It's all about putting 110% to try and get there.
Yeah, I don't think you can hide the chance. Maybe Sacrifice, probably more so. Whoa, that die roar, very, very close. Busdriver a little bit weak. The LG's quite good from Brejk, but cannot go down. Busdriver hitting these critical shots at just the right moment. And enjoying again that Anarchy movement. Might want to overstack his armor a little bit. And machine gun. Oh, it's going in for the pummel! Brejk, what is this? Perfect maneuver. It's almost like he's expecting this hyperactivity from Busdriver, and just completely using it against him. Problem is, he didn't go for the gauntlet to rail combo, so we're not quite at that stage yet. But you know what, Brejk, you are taking strides closer to my expectations.
Wow.
What an incredible series of rockets there from Brejk.
That was sick. That was really sick.
While he was also carrying a lot of momentum, going to the bounce pad and up it. Unbelievable shots there from Brejk. He's going to try and go for the rockets again, but maybe got a little bit excited.
Yes, a little bit. But moving back to the Anarchy, yes, he moves extremely quickly and it's very difficult to hit, but the movement requires patterns that you know. And if you can, again, get in between those patterns of movement and really block the Anarchy, you can do significant damage.
Yeah. No, completely. Ooh, I like that. Just in case he's worried his momentum wouldn't carry him. Oh, missing out the rail. Bit of LG coming from Brejk's Anarchy. But nothing to destroy the confidence too much at this stage. Oh, that rocket. Unbelievable. There's going to be a drop down from Brejk, trying to find the extra damage and gets it with that rocket. Now that was excellently played from Brejk, and he doesn't have to play 2 champions down like he did last time. He's now got a solid edge and playing a champion he's comfortable with. Good extra damage. He's railable though. Oh, and he's just used that injection at the right moment. Ghost Walk. Is he going to fight? He's...
Lovely read.
Wow, I don't know how he did that.
Busdrivers, the old Busdrivers coming out now.
The thing is, I don't really know if there's a sort of an emotional side to it, where if things aren't working out for him, does he kind of revert back to an aggressive play?
Could be right.
Or is that just him normal happy moment? I don't know.
Yeah, I honestly don't know how much he cares about the duel. Obviously, if he entered, it's probably more than just for a bit of fun and practice, but yeah, I mean, it could well be.
Right, we know that he loves the sacrifice. He's been practicing so hard in order to qualify with his team. And those teams, the Alliance and the others, I mean, they go through, spend so much time doing that. And it's kind of, the duel is a bit like, you're putting this hours of sacrifice into the duel, and some of the habits you have in sacrifice are coming out.
Yes.
Especially when you're not someone who's a natural dueler already.
Yeah, exactly. If you're putting in counter cells, it's always going to transition over.
Oh, the LG.
We can see
good work from Brejk.
Brejk plays a lot more careful than Busdriver.
Yeah.
That's the key for him anyway in overcoming Busdriver's aim.
But Brejk is someone who's not really making a run at it sacrifice-wise in the same way he is for duel. I think duel is something that he has a personal focus on.
Yeah, a lot of players at duel is obviously the priority. Not everybody's into sacrifice, and that's fair enough.
And I've got to remember that Busdriver playing for Alliance. There were 3 people in the Alliance who tried to qualify today. Only 1 has qualified so far. And it might only be 1 who qualifies if Brejk goes ahead and wins this round.
Yep, there's always next week, and we obviously expect at least Sparty to be in the pool.
Oh, there's definitely a good handful. We've not seen Evil yet.
That's true.
And Evil runner-up at the last QuakeCon.
Chronic got knocked out today after a very strong performance.
Absolutely, there's still a very good handful of talented players on the European side. Now I think it's maybe slowing down a little bit over here. For Brejk, it seems to be. I think this is something that we haven't really covered a lot. Sure, we cover the mental game, but how things change when you get to that round where you can win it all and qualify to the regionals.
Things become a lot more important, 100%, yeah.
And you start to almost doubt your decision making, but that's some excellent rockets there from Brejk.
That frag will settle him massively. That Busdriver's key champion is off the map.
He's got to watch out a bit because that LG damage from Busdriver, that's just a brick wall right in front of him that he should stop trying to walk through.
He doesn't have a lightning gun of his own, which is what he was trying to wait around for, but...
I dig the spam.
Big mistiming, but it's not going to cost him, I think.
We got all those rockets being used, and all of a sudden, might be in a bit of trouble. Has got the rail out, is landing a shot though, and that is actually enough to push Busdriver away.
Yes, definitely. As an X, you really can't afford to do that without giving any damage out.
And he's even seen the Mega. I mean, it's absolute, well, treasure chest for him. He's found all the glory. And he might just hear this. He had the rail out a bit too soon. Good damage. Oh, he's avoiding the rail.
But they're both very weak.
So risky, I think, for Brejk to hang around in that center part of the map. When Busdriver was last seen at the railgun, I would have just been, I'd flocked towards the pillars, got down, got the armor.
I think you're right. He just was entirely unsure where Busdriver was.
Very aggressive move here by Brejk. 61 health left. He's taken a fair amount of damage himself, but the LG looking to clear up. 14 health left for Busdriver.
Busdriver just hitting the crucial shots when he needed to.
He's still railable. They're still very vulnerable. He's just found it. That's the shotgun over there, but he survives. The missed shot from Brejk, and he's going to kick himself for missing that. That should have been a frag. One more rail. I probably won't kill him this rail, and he's got to watch out. The die roll, he actually goes through with the pummel and gets him in the air. What are you doing, Brejk?
I think, is that 3 pummels in this duel alone?
I believe so. There's this unbelievable performance from the Czech Republic's Brejk, and he's even going to go up to the top. And he's like, you think you can be aggressive? I'll show you.
That was, man, impressive.
I don't think like single match replays are meant to have this many gauntlet frags in it as well. Not that we're at that point yet.
No, but it is Ranger on Ranger, last champion, 2 rounds to 1 for Brejk.
I mean,
he's got his rare.
It's crunch time. Oh, the rockets from Busdriver, that was flawless.
Busdriver did a really good job there because I'm sure he was confident that Brejk needed the rail, and he was just hanging around that middle area for that one opportunity where Brejk went to get it.
That was just slipgating into the apocalypse, essentially. That was nothing good happened for him.
Round now, deciding it.
Yeah, this is the ticket. We're on Busdriver. He's trying to get his way to the railgun. It might be a little bit premature for him to get that side, just because he's going up against the rockets of Brejk already.
I think after getting so far ahead in the previous round, that pressure's on Brejk.
Yeah. And his mind is not going to be cutting him any slack.
Oh.
You could say that this is breaking his confidence. Yeah? Did you like that?
I loved it.
I'm just going to get... No, I'm not even going to say it. I'm just going to... Let's just not talk. Okay, Busdriver maybe a little bit ambitious trying to go through that staircase.
No, that was just...
Do you think it was a good move?
Brejk rocket jumped up.
Fair. Well, it's still a bit of a sketchy zone.
Busdriver just likes to run around the map at warp speed, and Brejk cut him off.
Yeah.
He just didn't expect it.
I get just horribly like claustrophobic in those stairwells, and I feel like there's so little escape room to have there. But yeah, I mean, fair point. Brejk. He's I think still behaving more aggressively than Busdriver expects. I think he expects him to be the most aggressive player in the tournament, let alone this server.
But it's one of those things where he's not letting the occasion and scale of the round get to him. He's still making those bold decisions you need to win these type of games. If you don't take bold decisions against somebody like Busdriver, he might just run you over with aim.
And thinking again of the bold decisions, he was hovering on the bridge there, railable. He had the injection available, which would have made him safe, and yet he was still adamant that he was going to survive.
Yeah, confidence. That's really, really impressive to see.
Now it's just a question of Brejk thinking about the clock, maybe. He's looking at it and going,
I think if you do that, you're playing not to lose, not playing to win. And if if you get on the back foot in a game like Quake, you can just get suffocated and beat off the map. So this is what you need to do. You just push in. Really great play.
And now he's spotted the Nyx. And without not taking a rail there, he is going to be feeling pretty good, especially when he knows the timing of both the items. He's been taking them all. And it is Busdriver's running away.
Yeah.
I think he's feeling under pressure at the moment.
Brejk's doing an exceptional job of making those bold moves for the items and keeping Busdriver low. And he's also doing a good job of not overcommitting for the kill, but I do think he needs to get one more kill before this game's over.
Whoa, that was very dangerous. Not railable at the moment. The LG, though, coming up from Busdriver. 18 health left, and Brejk cannot survive. Sitting and waiting on that armor proved to be fruitful.
He had no idea Busdriver was doing that. But he just missed all of his rockets.
He just had to connect with a good one, and it probably would have lined up everything for him.
Exactly. But now Busdriver's back in the game.
He's so weak though after that. He wants to get a small armor just to health himself up, and I think that bounce pad may have given Brejk the information he needed. And Brejk doesn't walk into the rockets. He doesn't overcommit to that jump to the curved corridor.
Yeah, I think in those type of situations when you know a Nyx needs one of the smaller armors is your opportunity to really be aggressive on those items. It's not something we see a lot of players do just yet, because you're never going to commit to a big armor when you're railable. So it's your opportunity to read that and get on.
Yeah. Mega here for Busdriver. 5 seconds until the armor's up. Is this something that Busdriver not committing to that? He's looking for information on the mid-level, which will let Brejk get some much-needed resources. Forcing that Ghost Walk, something that Busdriver's been able to keep control of a bit better in recent minutes.
And this time, Busdriver not looking to overcommit. So again, he's obviously feeling it with 30 seconds to go as well.
And he's playing a lot more of a standard game than we've been used to getting from him.
He's still got the Ghost Walk, but he's
got armor.
Now not railable anymore.
And it definitely shows that Busdriver is thinking about this game differently now.
Yeah.
He's not willing to just gamble it, just a coin flip situation, or even less in some instances, to get those glory frags in. And he gets the frags. He makes them happen. The 2 rails. Brejk again. He was starting to do that a little bit too much towards the end of that series, braving it out, thinking I'm going to be able to survive. I'm going to have dodge that is good enough to get me through to the next fight where I can save the Ghost Walk for later on, or get onto another item. There's a possibility that the Ghost Walk wasn't there, but I think you're risking it if you're double peeking.
If you get hit in that situation, just go.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 3 seconds left. There's no reason. It almost felt like he didn't know where it came from.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, what's going on? But it's just a mistake, and it cost him the entire series.
Yeah, and he's probably going to be kicking himself a bit because he was up in that series. Yeah. He was close to getting the win and qualifying, but Busdriver there with his mental fortitude and his robust plays, getting more robust as the series goes on. I feel like at the beginning of the next map, we might see some more interesting fights. But as we get to the 2nd, 3rd, 4th round, that's when I imagine we're going to get some similar plays to just there, because you could see they were playing for their tournament life.
Yeah, it definitely
hits them
got
in the
sketchy.
face.
They were still not afraid to take the decisions that had to be made, and that was impressive to me. But you could definitely feel it, that the game was drifting apart, and they were just wanting to keep in their own little safe zones.
And some of the aerial pummels that we're getting from Brejk, I think, will be remembered for a while. That is absolutely ridiculous.
I've never seen such an effective use of that weapon.
I'm sure he is going to be loading up the VOD after this match, and he is going to be basking in his glory of some of the moves that he was making. And the air rockets as well that he was getting.
Small consolation.
Oh, I mean, he's looking for the grand prize still. He's looking to qualify. We are going to Blood Run, which is Brejk's map pick. Are we going to get the full mirror matchup again? Is this champion selection just a formality, or have we got anything to spice it up? Yes, we do. Busdriver going with Sorlag and not Anarchy. And we've got Visor instead of an Anarchy.
Yeah.
Anarchy's just gone. All of a sudden.
It's a strange one. I mean, Blood Run is probably the map where it's least effective. There's lots of corridors where you can enclose that Anarchy and keep him contained, but given how comfortable they both are, I'm a little bit surprised not to see it.
Yeah, almost particularly Busdriver looked really good
Yeah.
with his movement and everything like
But then
that.
it does show you that he is thinking about the duel in the wider macro level.
Yeah.
That he's thinking about what will work. So, fair play.
And, well, of course, Sorlag does share some similarities with Anarchy on the movement, although it's different levels of speed. However, if you start rocket jumping around the map, then you'll find it's almost exactly the same.
Scary.
But you've got more health, more armor, but you're hurting yourself in order to move that fast. So, swings and roundabouts.
Big scary lizard running after you. You run.
Yeah. Well, I wonder how this visor pick would also change things up, something that we haven't seen Brejk do.
Visor's surprisingly
is.
tanky when you play against him. So
he's got that 125 cap health with the 50 armor. He can be a mean beast, but we are on Busdriver. This is the tie-breaking map, guys. This whole series has been complete and utter euphoric chaos between these two. Are we going to get that same pace now?
yeah, Brejk really could have closed it out and got hold of that series, but Busdriver did a great job to stay in the game.
And because he changed the pace, I hope he recognizes that was part of the reasons. Oh my days.
Lord. Well, he said in the chat before this game he was tilted by the gauntlet. I don't even want to know how tilted he is now.
The gauntlet plays. I don't know if I could be mad. I would just be impressed. I was impressed as a spectator, but as a player, I would be like, okay.
You would sit back and give that a round of applause.
I would have been like, yes, that was the optimal play to make there, because in most instances, it actually was.
You're a better man than I am.
But you're the biggest rager I know, so I mean that.
That's why I'm sitting here and not where they are.
Oh, that armor's coming up, but Brejk's going to get completely knocked off there. We have Mega too.
Yeah, but Busdriver obviously has no idea.
Oh my god, that was so close to being an implosion, but Busdriver will find the rockets anyway. That was pretty spectacular. Okay, once more. Pummel, pummel, pummel. Yes, it's going to be the pummel.
Did it again. That is 4.
I can
actually see
it might
some
be
of the
5 over the whole series. I don't know.
You're right. I can actually see some top players even taking note that this is how you use the pummel.
Yeah. Oh, seriously. And pummel with the Nyx, in my opinion, through Ghost Walk, is really underrated. Obviously, don't do it against a fully stacked clutch or something like that.
That would be dumb.
Yeah, that would be.
Unless you're Brejk.
He'll make it work somehow. And Brejk going up against the Ranger of Busdriver. Mega up next. Is he going to be able to hold steady? He still doesn't have the railgun, actually, surprisingly enough. But he might even be able to claim everything. Going in for a bit of an aggressive play. He doesn't know at all where Busdriver is up until that point.
Yeah, and it is a good map choice against Busdriver because it limits how aggressive he can be.
And it's not like he's picking a sort of clutch which can just barge into rooms as and when he wants.
He tried it with the Sorlag and it didn't work. So now he's definitely playing a little bit more defensive. Oh, this is nice.
I like this. He's going to follow all the way through. He's going to find him, and it's a perfect rocket. And that, well, if there weren't any more champions, it would have led him to a perfect control of the map. But 1-0
Very
for
convincing
Brejk.
Start. So Busdriver definitely needs to reevaluate.
Now, you see these things. Oh, my God, he keeps dire-orbing me. Oh, he's so lucky getting this stuff. If it keeps happening, it's not luck. The guy's outplaying you. But, I'm not saying that Busdriver is saying that, but
trust me,
watch out for this.
In the mind of someone who's angry, that's exactly what's happening. I'm excited to see the Sorlag though. It definitely fits with Busdriver's playstyle.
Oh.
He's just bold in every decision he makes.
It's going to find him. Look for the 7s. Acid is going to help. Oh, he almost got him again. Rocket's coming out. Can't quite get the frag. Let's see the health. 46 HP remaining. Brejk almost making the magic happen once more. I think there could be some more aggression. Oh no, Nyx is over by the armor at the moment. He has taken it.
Busdriver's, Brejk's Nyx is the hero that did the damage last. So
Yeah, it's all about preventing him, and the 7 straight away. Oh, the rocket follow-up now is to be very careful of a ghost walk.
But no, apparently he doesn't care.
Does not need to use it even. He did lose out a little bit on the acid, but it's all fine now. The Mega after just means the stack is spot on.
Nice. Oh, it was a Nyx. I thought it was a Ranger for a second.
Good job covering the rail as well. An important weapon that would have been. Oh, they're hitting the rails. Brejk is on fire. He does not really seem to be distraught the way I was expecting after losing Blood Covenant. He's almost like he's grown stronger.
I completely agree with you that
Unbelievable.
This was his pick, and I would say this is probably his home map, and you can tell that he is entirely comfortable. He's catching Busdriver out at every real turn.
So what's Busdriver got to do right now?
He just needs to stop going in so aggressive and giving away free champions. His Sorlag was doing pretty well until he just decided to jump in for no apparent reason, so just has to be far more careful.
He's going in for this. Brejk is getting crazy. He's going to find health and he won't get killed by the acid. But
and I just think Busdriver needs to get on the rail more. We saw how effective it was in Blood Covenant for him.
this is going to be Brejk dying, I think. Unless he can get out of here somehow, this would be miraculous. I'm not entirely sure how he's alive right now. He's got the die roll, but isn't able to make anything of it.
That was nice by Busdriver. I think Brejk should have just chilled in the blood pool.
Yeah.
That was the safest play.
Uh-oh. Oh my god, the pummel came out again, but nothing bad happened. Or I say bad, too bad happened. And Brejk even kept the stack that he had.
The panic spit came out from the Sorlag as well.
I don't blame him at all. I would be getting quite frustrated at how effective that gauntlet use is.
I'd love to see the damage stat on that.
I think for the whole series that would be unbelievable. They even get the mutual frag on this?
Yeah,
okay.
Now the Razor with a Nyx, so...
Razor?
Razor, sorry?
What?
Visor, what did I say, Razor? The Visor comes out. Pops it very early, nice.
Yeah, solid rail shot. Looking through the teleporter, and I think that's Busdriver hovering in the blood pool. Ooh, just losing eyes on him through that encounter. I think Brejk can just play it slow. I mean, it's so easy to think, oh, I've got a couple of rounds spare. I don't need to win it on this one. But you don't want to just do something completely random thinking that, and then eventually getting to the last round thinking, oh crap, I should have played it serious to begin with. He has to really put his mind on this one. Good rocket work there from Busdriver.
A little bit early on the piercing sight, but I think he just wanted to make sure that Busdriver wasn't following him in Ghost Walk.
Incredible rocket. He's going to make it through as well, the teleporter, and get onto the health bubbles. That rocket could actually just have saved his life. He really wants to get up onto that armor, but it's a bit of a trap at this point. That LG could really hurt him quite badly. And he's just going to drop down. Very aggressive move, but I don't dislike what he's done.
He's mistimed the Mega though, so he can't stay around.
It's not up for a while. Here comes the LG, and that is going to be taking him down. And I think without that mistime, maybe Brejk stood a good chance, because I don't dislike the choices he made in terms of not going for the armor.
I think at the end it was a real make or break, without a pun actually. In that he thought that I think he might have thought that rail would have killed him, and he did hit the rail, so it was just okay, c'est la vie.
Yeah, Busdriver, acid, or does decide to break away after that. It just means that Brejk isn't able to just plus forward into him straight away without taking quite a bit of damage. Weapons very much needed at this stage though.
Yeah, he's obviously really in need of the lightning gun, but more importantly, the rocket launcher.
Uh-oh, he's walked into it. He stepped out quite a long way, and that's a lot of damage from Brejk. This Sorlag is hurting bad. Oh, what an amazing move. Is he going to be able to clean up the frag? Not quite. He's just using it to control the map a bit more.
Yeah, really unlucky that... I was trying to get a little bit angry with his movement, but really unlucky from Brejk that that didn't pay off, because it was the absolute perfect play.
Busdriver is eventually going to be going around to the other health bubbles and finding that much missed rocket launcher. One good rail, a second as well. They're both railable. Oh, the Mega just taken in time. Armor up. He's just going to spray that acid spit and try and make himself safe.
Yeah, Busdriver's always living on the edge with every action he does. He always wants to get the last shot off.
He still can't get that rocket. I wonder if that's Brejk kind of actively trying to dissuade him from it. Or if it's just...
It's more circumstance. Like, he needs to make more of an active effort to get it, because there's no way he can be taking any corridor fights without it, really. He probably will, but he shouldn't.
And Brejk not going to be overly aggressive, just going to ensure that that Mega is his. We have got the armor up, full information. Then Brejk is just completely destroys him, getting up to that top level.
Yeah, that was... I'm guessing he dire-orbed to the surface, to the ceiling, and dropped on top of him.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, Busdriver had no idea. We couldn't see it on screen.
It would have been too quick through the teleporter otherwise. I'm pretty sure you're right. Now Brejk is thinking, I've got an advantage.
But once again...
I'm doing it again. Oh, doesn't quite make it this time.
Once again, Busdriver's partly with a good player Brejk, but partly because his own fault. He's just not getting any items. And on these champions, such as Ranger and Nyx, not so much Ranger, but you do need them.
Not going to walk into that rail.
Oh,
if that hit mid-air.
Yeah.
I don't like those what-if situations,
That
but
is a
still.
mic drop.
That is the get out of the server move. Oh, brilliant. Reed just then.
He really needs to get this and go aggressive.
It's still a few seconds. I generally don't like this, but firstly, he's not going against the Nyx, and he's timed the rockets very well, listening to where Busdriver's moving in that corridor. LG ammunition, certainly a requirement from Brejk. He's been very effective with that weapon.
He's also split the items well, which is one of the reasons why it makes it so difficult for Busdriver.
Yeah, Brejk's got to be feeling pretty confident this stage. There's just over a minute and a half to go. Uh-oh, he turned the wrong way, but Busdriver misses everything just then. Was a free chance for damage, and he's going to have to break it off. Again, no pun intended.
He's happy to run the map because every round of items he gets that's unreturned damage, he can just push Busdriver back for another 30 seconds.
Brejk really wants to hit one rail here. That's it. And that Mega, not going to have such a huge impact. That's still it's probably 25 health off of what he would have had anyway.
It's still technically better when you hit the rails afterwards, but yeah, still good to hit a rail.
1 minute warning.
This could be a nice trap. You can hear what he's doing. Perfect setup with the rockets. Very weak. We've got about 25 health left. He's going to just go up to the armor.
Nice.
But he could have had the frag there. He could have had the glory.
He doesn't care. That was a drive-by, and it means Busdriver again just can't do anything because he hasn't got the health or armor to pressure Brejk. So he's just taking very, very strong defensive positions with a get-out clause. He's got 30 seconds. I think we're looking at something spectacular here.
And Busdriver's stack compared to Brejk. I mean, we want some kind of dire orb magic at the moment. We've got one rail. Actually, that helps quite a decent amount. 20 seconds, and he wants the armor. He wants to continue controlling the items through the stage. We've got the Mega. I think once that Mega's taken, I don't even know if he hasn't taken it anyway. He's going to just rocket jump towards him, but it's not going to matter. 2 champions in favor of Brejk. And it looks like he has done it. He's going to be absolutely ecstatic with that, making it through to the Quake World Championship Regionals with... And you know what, I think after watching all those frags and those fights happening, I think maybe a small crowd... No, I don't know if crowd favourite's the right word, but I think the audience is definitely going to be behind him as someone they want to see playing at the Regionals.
Yeah, it was entertaining.